Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Wednesday morning. It's 2:55 in the a.m. and it is November 26th. Pardon my hair. I just put a little product in it today because it was a little dry. Yeah, and I actually combed it. It's at a really weird length because I had it all almost damn near cut off. So now it's growing out and it's just funny looking. Yeah, my hairline is pushed back because I have my hair combed back. Standing here, this is the spot where my baby hairs. I'm gonna say it like that. Yeah, I'm a little old for baby hair. No, my hair has always been super thin, and it looks really super thin with the product and it being wet. Yeah, that's hair 101 for me. It's not what I logged on to talk about. I want to talk about a couple of things, and it's life as it relates to memes, or as one of my friends likes to say, Mimi. Life as it relates to Mimi. I've told her a million times it's memes, but because Mimi is locked in her brain, and you know how black folks do. We learn to pronounce a word incorrectly, and that's it, and that's all. And especially when you're my age. I don't know when I discovered that my father was the king of mispronouncing things or changing people's names. Now, I know a few other black folks who do that, and by changing their names, they've called people the wrong name most of their life, so that becomes their name. We had a neighbor, his name was Calvin. For some reason, my father heard Calvis. And that boy into manhood became Calvis. And then when you corrected it, it was, you know who I'm talking about. And I know I'm not the only black person that has that experience in life. But that, again, is not what I wanted to talk about. Life as it relates to Mimi. There are two things that you can't do with me in life without me going smooth the heck off. And I need to say that. One is you can't gaslight me. I mean, you can because it has actually happened. But when the smoke clears, I can guarantee you won't like me. I'm going to say a few words, and I'm trying to change them up in my head right now, that are going to upset some people. One of the words I used a while back, I want to say maybe a week, two ago, and it upset folks to no end. And I'm going to use it again. I don't know why it upset folks so much. Maybe it was because it was coming from me. But bullshit. That's the word I used. And like I said, I'm going to use it throughout this recording. Okay, one of the other thing that you can't do with me is tell me something and then tell me I can't speak on it. Well, hell, go find somebody else that'll do that. Because you know me. I work as a counselor for a living. So you're going to tell me something and then tell me don't counsel. Or, as I've shared on numerous occasions, early in my recording history, I've delineated it from it a little bit. You know, at one point I was in ministry. And there's a lady on TikTok that I follow, Monty, who used to be, notice I said used to, an extreme fundamentalist, a white Christian fundamentalist. She has now since, baby, come out swinging. So somebody got to her, or something changed her. And maybe she just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't know. You know, I'm going to say that's my testimony. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of people who tell me things and then tell me I can't talk. Or who tell me things. You know, I can wait till you're finished. And I provide feedback based on what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I have a little difficulty putting sentences together today. I provide feedback on what I'm seeing and hearing. Because I am older than most of the people that bring me things. You know, where I work, there's a handful of people, 50 and up. But there's a level of naivete with that group. Yes, we've done a lot of living, but there's no street smarts. There's no plug into things of today. Let me put it that. You may have hustled in your day. You may have had a grimy get down in your day. But you shut all that off and now you can't read. You got to be able to read the streets and you got to be able to read people in order to do what you do. Now, you can put on your cape and fly around expecting to save people from themselves, but I guarantee you're going to get burned out and used. Tossed out like an old dish sponge. Anywho, so you can't bring me something and not expect me to say anything. That's like telling a sibling, don't tell mom. Because you know full well you don't have the spine to. And this individual is going to run tell it. Yeah. Before you finish whatever it is that you're going to say, they're already in the movement mode. Like they're frozen in time, like, you know, back in the day, that show, The $6 Million Man, where he ran in slow motion. You know, they're like that. Let me go tell this. You're still talking. So, don't do that to me. Then the other piece of that is, when an individual tells me something, and they're open and receptive to feedback, and you give it to them based on, I want to say, life experience, because life teaches us some very hard lessons. So you give them feedback, and they tell you some bullshit. There's that word again. I feel judged. I gave you information based on what you told me. Now you're butthurt because you wanted me to be your cheerleader when it was the dumbest crap you've ever said. It's dangerous, and there's going to be some consequences that I know you are not prepared to deal with. I have another friend that uses the word pattern instead of pattern. Yeah, there's some pattern behavior that you've grown so comfortable with that you don't recognize it, or you don't want to call it out. So you tell it, and then when somebody clocks you on it, then you have a projection for the hurt that you know you're going to receive. In other words, you've created your straw dog to whip, waiting for your impending doom. Yeah. Get out of my face. Or as my dad used to say, get out of my sight, and then he'd stare at you till you felt your soul leave your body. See, to get out of my sight stare meant you crawl into a hole and pull the dirt in after you. And that's what I feel like when somebody tells me, I'm going to tell you something, but you can't say anything, okay? I'm not co-signing to my high blood pressure. Get out of here. And you know, if I care about you, and I tell you something, it's because I care about you. Get out of here. You know, trying to avoid the consequences of your behavior, trying to avoid the wreckage of your present or your past. Get out of here. Or just be prepared to clean up. There's nothing wrong with cleaning.